All right, so let's look at the rational function f of x is equal to 1 over x. This is the graph itself. Okay, if you noticed for this graph, we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals to 0. We have a vertical asymptote at x equals to 0. So it will never touch the actual x or y axis. It'll get close to, but it will never touch. Okay, so this f of x equals to 1 over x can be transformed by using methods similar to those used to transform other types of functions. So here is our definition. F of x is equal to a all over x minus h plus k, where our a, whatever that number happens to be, when we take the absolute value of it, either it's going to stretch vertically or it's going to compress, okay, or shrink. We can use the word shrink for compress. And if this a is less than 0, meaning it's a negative number, it's going to reflect across the x-axis, okay? So I just want you to be able to know what each of these um, methods mean. Okay, so in the denominator where we see h, it's going to translate, it's a horizontal shift. So if your h is less than 0, it's going to go to the left. If your h is greater than 0, whatever this number happens to be, it's going to translate, it's going to shift right, excuse me. And then your K, that would be your vertical shift. Okay. If K is a positive number, it's going to go upward. If it's negative number, it's going to go downward. So for example, we have here g of x is equal to 1 all over x plus 3 plus 2. Now, when we talked about the horizontal shift, um, before, when we talked about quadratic functions and square roots and absolute value, we will always have to go in the opposite direction. But when it comes to rational functions, if the number is negative, you go to the left. If the number is positive, you go to the right. So here we have our h, which is positive 3. This is going to move 3 units to the right. And then this has a horizontal translation. Okay, and then plus 2, we have a vertical shift. And because it's positive, we're going to go up 3, excuse me, not 3, but 2 units. I'm not camping out in this section. It's just that I definitely want to um, just briefly talk about how you transform a rational function. And just knowing these three methods, especially the last two, the vertical shift and horizontal shift, I'm good to go. But just so that you understand what it means and also what the graph looks like.